The next installment of the APB show is coming up on my stream channel, linked down below. But before we get to that, let's recap what happened last week, shall we? I only shower every 10 days, and I don't care if you think I stink. Jeez, what a great start. I mean, I know that there are people out there who doesn't shower or even clean their room because they're depressed or have mental issues. But this person doesn't look depressed. Mental issues maybe, but hey, at least 10 days is more frequency of showering than the average Smash Bros players. I am living proof that you don't have to bathe often to look and feel good. Well, you don't have to, but the definition of good is very subjective here. When people say return to monkey, this isn't exactly what they mean. And even then, people at the Stone Age actually do wash themselves. No, really, look it up. So you're actually worse than monkey. The woman claims that she doesn't smell. According to whom? According to you? We can't always smell our own body odors. It's not always apparent until other people mention it. But that would require you to, interact with other people. I would argue it's better for the environment if we shower less, because water is a precious resource. Ah, yes, water. A resource so precious it covers 2/3 of the entire Earth. I think what you meant is clean water, which I agree, clean water is precious. It's so precious that even rainwater these days can be dangerous. No, seriously, look it up. I'm just saying, I don't think I, or most people for that matter, would want to be anywhere near you. You might be happy with your predicament, but we live in a society where people have standards. If you don't follow those standards, you're not gonna be able to blend in well with society, which I suspect is your goal in the first place. It's to live in isolation without anyone bothering you and you bothering them. In that case, good for you? Your period does not make you dirty. Periods are not dirty. Vas, I need you.
That's a subjective, philosophical point of fucking view.
So the lesson that we learned today here is that your personal hygiene doesn't really matter as long as you're happy. And you wonder why people chose to be single. Incels have been popping up a lot in my social media timeline, so I decided to feature them on the stream because a lot of times they're really desperate for love. And also really funny. I am madly in love with you. I have been for many years. I told you a few times, but you didn't take it seriously. Wow. What a great start. The harder I tried, the more you thought I was creepy. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with you not being able to understand what no means. She's not for you, bro. Move the hell on. One day, I wanted to see nudes, so I stole your phone.
Woo, that's a brilliant plan, is it?
Okay, I need to process that for a second. There's a lot of implication here. There are two purposes in why people take nudes. First one is for their OnlyFans or not safe for work account, which means that it's available for public consumption, which means that you can literally look them up online. You don't need to commit a freaking crime for it. You just need to pay for her OnlyFans account. You're an idiot. Second, and this is the one that you're gonna have to stomach for a bit, it's something private for her significant other to enjoy. In other words, she already has a significant other, which means she's not available for you. You're an idiot. The third one is least likely, but it still makes you really stupid. She gets turned on by her own nudes, which means that she's most likely a narcissist. You're a horrible judge of character. In other words, an idiot. Please, we need to start over, or I will jump in the river and drown. Go ahead, man, do it. Bye! You won't be missed. Seriously, I have zero sympathy for people who suicide bait. This was the DM that Mudahar or some ordinary gamers received, and I just find it really funny. Go fuck yourself, thief. If I paid for a copy, then you have to as well. Fucking outlaw mudshow cretin. Oh my lord.
Okuyasu, I heard it as clear as day. This sick fuck said the N-word.
I just remembered I have a meeting at 8:30.
Racist!
So let's get some context here. This DM is from Mudahar, or some more dirty gamers, and he got this DM because he emulated Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Steam Deck. The game initially got leaked, and a lot of people, including him, has been enjoying the game before anybody else can. I've also been enjoying this game as well, except I'm enjoying the game on the PC, because, to me at least, if it's on the Switch, it's on the PC. This person, who I'm going to call Distress Fanboy, tells Muda to buy the game instead of downloading it from some ROM site. I mean, if he paid for a copy, then Muda should pay for a copy too, right? But here's the thing. He did pay for a copy. And he showed the copy to the person. And the person eventually blocked him. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what separates the pirates and the fanboys. The pirates are really smart people. The fanboys are really dumb. Smart people know how to game the system to get what they want. The fanboys can only throw their precious money away to get what they want when they can just use their money to pay for, I don't know, bills or food or savings, you know, essential stuff. And the thing is, Muda is not a pirate. In fact, he actively condemns piracy. He's more of an emulator enthusiast. He also has a lot of money to buy stuff thanks to his YouTube channel. I, on the other hand, don't have a lot of money to buy stuff. I don't have a Steam Deck. He does. I have to save money to buy stuff, which is why I am a proud sailor of the seven seas. My money is precious, and I don't want to spend it on something that I have the skills to get for free. And unlike Mudahar, I actively encourage people to become one and learn how to be one. Again, money is precious, and corporations screw you for every penny, including Nintendo and every other big game corporations these days. So if you want to be a corporate slave and getting screwed over by them with every decision they make, including the most controversial ones, then feel free to keep throwing money at these corporations. Otherwise, learn how to game the system. Be a pirate, guys. But piracy is a sin, guys. If piracy is a sin, I am the devil. And you know who else is the devil? The AAA gaming industry. It seems that the market has collectively agreed that $70 is the new normal for gaming prices. And by collectively agree, I mean the companies collectively agree. The consumers don't. I already said in past videos that the AAA game companies can still make profit with $60 if they know how to manage their financials properly. But they didn't manage their financials properly. Game companies went over budget, their CEOs got paid a lot of money while employees are being laid off, they abuse and harass their workers while being paid for much less, and you wonder why I hate gaming industry and wanted to just burn to a crisp. So the move of making games to be $70 is the game companies shifting the responsibilities from themselves to the consumers, as in you. It's not our fault that we don't make profit off of our games. It's your fault for not paying more. So when this person said that 70 game costs billions to make, if you don't want to pay $70, then don't buy it. Fair enough. Your terms are acceptable. I won't be buying those games. Considering the AAA market landscape these days, those games might be really buggy at release anyway, so why buy a game that's buggy at release when you can just wait for a couple of months, get the game on sale, and then get a more stable experience? I'm just saying, $60 is already steep for an asking price. Game companies should offer quite a lot more for $70, but so far, a lot of games these days aren't worth $60, let alone $70. This is precisely why I sail the seven seas. I refuse to contribute any of my money into this godforsaken industry, and this applies to the entertainment industry in general as well. I want this industry to reform, and I think the best way to do it is to not encourage any of their behaviors, or at least financially. It's sad that now we don't have good games, now only politics. Okay. Am I the only one who finds people who say this really annoying? It's not because I don't agree with what they meant, it's because I don't agree with how they say it. Because you're strawmanning yourself. You're clearly not talking about political elements in games, you're talking about people's personal, real-world politics being shoved in games, but because you only said politics, that can be interpreted as you talking about the former rather than the latter. You are opening yourself to be strawman and misinterpreted by people like this. Ah yes, Doom 3, a game which lacks any sorts of political message, such as the fate of a society with greater and greater energy demands and the greed that leads to unregulated corporate power, sacrificing the planet for profit as a consequence. You see what I mean? I actually agree with this person because Doom 3 tackles that story. It's not the most important thing about the game, it's not being preachy about it, you don't have to look the game that way, but it's there. So stop just saying politics. To a lot of people who aren't in a culture war, which pretty much most people aren't, just saying politics won't mean what you think it means. Literally every game is political. Even Mario Bros is about saving the monarch of the land and the land becoming better because of the return of the monarch. Yes, I get it. Anything can be seen through a political lens. The difference is how much focus they give to a viewpoint and how preachy and annoying it is. Mario isn't preachy and annoying about it, and it's certainly not a personal politics. In other words, it's political. It's no refutation of anything. It's as obvious as saying it's a video game. And believe it or not, I actually agree. Seriously, I agree with this comment. People should stop saying the game is too political and start saying something like the game is preachy and annoying with its politics, or the game is the offer's political megaphone. Oh, wait a second, they're way too long to say. So I guess people just love to strawman themselves for the sake of brevity, to the point where I'm starting to agree with the other side, even though I don't want to. So there's an Instagram webcomic series that has gotten a lot of hate lately, and after reading a couple of them, I can totally see why. The comic is basically a collection of funny and relatable stories about how the author has to deal with the marriage life. She has to do all sorts of responsibilities, while the dad is just sitting his butt all day doing nothing. In fact, the dad in a lot of her comics are always portrayed as this lazy bum character. He can't find the bib to their baby, he's the one with the smallest loads. When he goes on trips, the dad only packs his own bags, helps load the car, and poops. The mom, on the other hand, has to do all sorts of things that are actually essential for the trip and for the life in general. Now, I personally don't find this relatable at all, because in all sorts of trips, both my mom and my dad are responsible for everyone's stuff. In fact, me and my siblings are responsible for our own stuff as well, and we need to be constantly reminded of them. A lot of this comic indicates that you're letting your husband to basically become, as my brother said to a lot of shoujo protagonists, a freaking doormat. The fact that you're letting your husband to do nothing while you do everything is very concerning. I don't find this comic relatable. In fact, if you find this relatable, you have some serious issues with your marriage. And that's not even counting the comics where she just rants about her husband, which is not in any way relatable or even funny. When the husband forgot where the bib for the baby is, she just unloads her anger. You've never had your husband to take care of the kids in general? It's just you? Ma'am, I think you should stop letting your husband to just walk over you like a doormat. This is not a healthy relationship. Then she unloads even more. When her husband complained about having a full day off from yesterday, she just rants. Why do you think I made this comic? Why did I make this much based on how tired I am with you? Does this help you understand why I'm so tired every day? Ma'am, I don't think anyone, not even your followers, need to read this. I think you should talk to your husband about this privately. I feel like I'm invading your privacy for this matter, but you're the one making it a public issue. And all of this is if we believe the hypothetical scenarios presented in the comic. In reality, the husband is actually a good guy. He carries a lot of the mental load himself. He cooks all of the dinners. He does grocery shopping. He pays all of the bills, maintains the yard, do his own laundry. He seems like a cool and responsible dude. And yet here you are, trash talking him in a webcomic series. I find this whole comic series kind of sad and depressing. It's not helped when she gets all sorts of hate from people, and then she has the gall to say that it's not about husband bashing. I'm sorry, ma'am. Did you just say that this is not about husband bashing? That's what you've been doing this whole time. That's why people have complaints about it. At one point, you even said that it's your husband and accurate depiction of different unloading styles. I'm just saying, ma'am, a lot of the things that you complain here just highlights a lot of private issues that I don't think anyone else needs to know. I feel like I'm invading your privacy here, but I'm not the one who makes this a public issue. You are. I feel like a lot of people online doesn't value their own privacy. A lot of big tech online is already actively trying to invade people's privacy, but what really doesn't help are the same people exposing their own private stuff. If you don't want to deal with a lot of backlash, don't be a public figure, and most especially don't overshare your private life to public. There are things that people really shouldn't need to know, and hopefully this can be a reminder to everyone else to not do the same thing. And that's all for the recap, guys. The APB show is coming. Make sure you check out the stream channel, link down below. Go subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the supporters as well. Just $1 anywhere, you can have your name featured alongside these awesome people. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.